Hello, everybody, and welcome in to Fire Pod with me, a Twin Peaks podcast friendly to the first-time viewer and the rewatcher alike. Today we are discussing Season 2, Episode 20, The Path to the Black Lodge. I am the rewatcher, Colton Robertson. I'm joined by the first-time viewer, Joseph George. What's up, homie?
Oh, what up, what up? Always a pleasure to be here.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. For those who may not know, who may be joining us for the first time, we're building towards the end of the first two seasons here. It's a lot going. Like I said, friendly to the first-time viewer and the rewatcher alike. You do have to have seen up to the point we are discussing, because we're going to spoil the shit out of stuff that has happened and is happening in this episode, but I won't spoil anything that comes after, because like I said, Joe's never seen it, so that's kind of the name of the game here. This was a biggie. This was a big one. How are you feeling? We finally feel like, I don't know, it feels like the last several episodes it's been kind of like, yeah, we're building towards the end of the season, but like, this is like, yeah, we are building towards the end of the season. How are you feeling about it?
I mean, this was just a roller coaster of an episode. I was my mouth, like I was just like in shock. Just like mouth open, just couldn't believe like what was going. Like and then from one thing to the next, it wasn't slowing down, and I'm just like, oh my god, there's so much to take in. I had a literal power outage during this watch that lined up with the spotlight of the giant coming on, and I don't know, it actually shook me a little bit. I had goosebumps. I was just kind of like, what the fuck is going on?
What the fuck is this?
And yes, I don't know, the power outage was global. Rala, it wasn't just my apartment. I did hear from an outside source, that it was, the whole town of Rala went under. It feels this episode had some energy around it. Is what I'm trying to get at. Is that
even with ending, the way it's just building and building and building, and those lingering shots on every single location, kind of being like, and this is like Twin Peaks, baby. Like, look at it. Yeah. Take it all in because it's about to change. Why do we go back to the school? Why were we in the hallways of the school again? I mean, that's pretty explicitly the shot from the first episode, too. Like, it's not cleaned up to quality the same way as the others. And
that's right.
Yeah.
It is from... Oh my god, and you even said something about it in episode 1. Was that your shot that you chose?
It was.
Oh my god, yes, empty hallway, slow push. Wow. And it's because it comes back It does come
back around. But I just love the eeriness of that image too, I love how it's just like everything's about to change, which is what happened. That's the context of the shot in the first episode, is that everyone's about to learn Laura Palmer died. Yep. And now we are doing this slow push around Twin Peaks again because it feels like the next change is coming. I'm ready for it, man. I'm excited. Let's talk episode 27 of the series, The Path to the Black Lodge. So, fun fact, this one's directed by Stephen Gyllenhaal, the father of Jake and Maggie. The father of them, of the siblings. But,
I didn't know they were Nepo Hollywood children, before.
Oh, to be fair, they've surpassed their father.
That's true.
To be sure.
That is true. Very much so.
Granted, they are. I mean, he was not a little known director. He was definitely a little more niche. Not he's not Spielberg or anything.
Yeah.
But they definitely had a foot in the door there with Stephen Gyllenhaal. But regardless, I just thought that was interesting. I saw the name pop up. I was like, no fucking way, really? That can't be that common of a last name. And lo and behold, it is not Stephen Gyllenhaal, their dad. But let's dig on in. I'm going to start with the quote from Margaret Lanterman that aired on the reruns because it's a goodie.
Read this one.
We've got the log lady coming on screen and saying, "There are clues everywhere, all around us. But the puzzle maker is clever. The clues, although surrounding us, are somehow mistaken for something else. And the something else, the wrong interpretation of the clues, we call our world. Our world is a magical smokescreen. How should we interpret the happy song of the meadowlark or the robust flavor of a wild strawberry?"
Oh, okay. I love this one. Yes. This is kind of how I view, like, I like to make a puzzle out of everything.
I know. I knew you'd like this one. It's why I read it.
I was going to say, like, I see...
the clues are surrounding us, but they're mistaken for something else, and the something else is our world.
Log lady, you're speaking straight facts right now, or is this the language of a crazed individual? I don't know, because this is just my brain. But I am. That's why the show is kind of just on all cylinders. Is that it's just well made, but then also it's not afraid to jump into things like that. I don't know. We have Project Blue Book. We have a map that looks like an ancient cave drawing from a civilization before that is actually being used to find the literal location of something. That seems ridiculous and mad and mystical, but no, very, very real actually. And you only seem crazy at first, before the discovery, but then once everyone knows, I don't know, you're no longer the crazy one. You were just the one who discovered it. But yeah, this that, like, the Wyndham Earl freaking deep cut Project Blue Book tape of him going mad. It's I feel like kind of that, where it's like he saw the clues.
He saw the writing on the wall, not the literal writing on the wall as he later discovers, but yes. No, you actually said something about this being like real, like it's real, it's actual, like in the context of the world, and it reminded me of something I saw on. I've been digging into Twin Peaks TikTok. Funny enough, I've found my way into that algorithm. And there's a problem across the internet that I don't love when it comes to discussing art, which is absoluteness. Dealing in absolutes and thinking anything's objective and so on and so forth. And this is a popular interpretation and one I don't precisely agree with. There are a lot of people who don't even believe Bob's real.
What?
There are a lot of people who believe that Bob is what Albert says. Is he just the evil that men do, and he's made manifest by, the thing for me is that, like, within the context of the show, Bob is real. You know what I'm saying? Like, Bob exists.
Yeah.
That's kind of undoubtable in my opinion. It's and whatever. Yeah, I'm open to every interpretation because I do think metaphorically Bob is supposed to be, the evil that men do and the evil that men represent and what they in their darkest impulses and everything. But there's still a lot of debate to be had about whether or not Bob is the pure source of the evil, if he feeds on already existing evil instincts, if he, that's why I'm like, there's all sorts of interpretations to go, but like, Bob emerges in these woods at the end of the episode from nowhere. Bob,
from a light,
in the context of the show, the Black Lodge and Bob do exist. They are quote unquote real. Which
he
is
scared Sarah. Sarah saw Bob. Coop saw Bob.
Yeah.
Bob,
that's one of the interesting takes that, like, I appreciate, and I think I understand what people are getting at, because I do think that metaphorically, in the context of our world, there's no, I mean, I don't want to say obviously, but we don't think there's a Bob. My understanding of the world as it exists is that there is no Bob. But whenever it comes to, what happened to Leland and stuff, how much of Leland was actually performing those horrific acts versus Bob. That's the more interesting open interpretation thing, not strictly whether or not Bob exists strictly. It's been one that I've seen pop up a couple times recently where people have been like, Bob's not real. I'm like, I don't know about that. I think that in the context of the show, Bob's almost certainly real. But
yeah.
Regardless.
I think that is what Lynch or Frost were going for. Like, it's so, like, the analogy is just so beautiful that it can just be a Bob, but you can make him Satan, you can make him evil, you can make him, any, I don't know. It's like we've done it in history. I don't know. We have had a Bob, but the devil. So it's like, we just think of him as different, but But yeah, I think it's that's why the metaphor just works so well, is that it is fiction and it seems so fantastical, but no, it's like, well, like, who knows? Like, I would, I don't know if it, the name is actually Bob or if he,
Right.
whatever, but it's like these things could feast, these forces, could be beyond our scene. They could be very
Fifth
well
dimensional type shit. Yeah, but
but
regardless,
yeah,
we'll go ahead and dig in, where the lawmen remove Rusty Tomasky's body from the gazebo as Agent Cooper and Sheriff Truman question a friend of Rusty's. Really, really sad little scene here where you're reminded of the, the pawns are still real people, like it's not, they're not just nameless characters who we can just write off and call it good. No, real people going through real things. Yeah. We were gonna move to California, and like, damn, man, that's.
I know, it was actually kind of like.
Well, I love that Andy. I love that Andy can't hold it back. Like Andy lets the tears flow, and the friend here that's actually getting questioned is another actor named Willie Garson.
Willie Garson.
Really, really, I really enjoy him in a lot of stuff. He passed away a few years ago. I didn't know that. But
Willie Garson.
he was in Sex and the City for a very long time, and he's been in so many movies and so many things where he popped up in random little roles. I always really liked seeing him pop up wherever. But so that was a pleasant little surprise to see him pop up as Rusty Tomasky's friend. But he tells him that he was passing by Twin Peaks with his band, and Rusty went with the man who offered him beer. And Cooper states that Wyndham Earle is playing off the board. There wasn't even a move made here, Harry. He didn't tell us anything. He's just killing people now. Which we've been speculating is something he would probably eventually do.
Yeah. I mean, and just it was kind of funny them like carrying out the pawn piece, but it's like, what else are you actually gonna do?
No, you can't really do much there. You don't want to cut it open and the guy just falls out. You know,
it's such a funny way to die. It's like, I don't know, but it's
the way they were
sad.
rocking it back and forth.
Yeah, but yeah, this Rusty,
Rest in
I
paradise.
do feel for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not just a pawn, man. You had dreams.
You were a person. You had dreams. You have a soul, man. Poor little Rusty. But the men return to the sheriff's station in the morning, and Lucy tells Annie that she will be choosing the father of her child the next day. She's like, I'm going to
D-Day.
choose.
Will it?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, she's
Dad
naming
Day.
it her own D-Day. Nuts. I mean, things are about to change. Will it be
Deputy Andy Brennan? Or clothes salesman Richard Tremaine?
I hope we know. Like, isn't the choice pretty goddamn clear at this point? Like,
you would hope so. I mean, come on, Lucy. Give Andy some fucking credit here. Dick has been almost completely out of the picture for weeks.
I guess Andy's just kind of always out of the picture, though, a little bit. He's never quite fully there. But he's just too pure, I don't know. How to save the world? He's like, well, I know that they got to stop throwing those cans in the quarry or whatever. And
She's
it's
like, that's good. And then him being like, and styrofoam never dies as long as you live. Yeah. And her being like, what? I love the horror Lucy comes. She's like, how to save the world? It's a great idea, but I have no idea how to go about it. I just love their chemistry and everything they've got going on. Kimmy Robertson does a great job as Lucy, and in season 2 particularly, she doesn't have nearly enough to do. I think that they sidelined her a little too hard this season for my money. I get it. There's a lot going on. There's a lot of stories to tell, but Lucy's great. She has a few parts in The Return that are just chef's kiss. But
nice. But D-Day coming up,
D-Day coming up, Dad Day, as a result of the pageant which she is going to take place in.
Yes.
The Miss Twin Peaks contest.
Yeah. So not one you want to win though. It's
ideally not. You'd prefer not, but it is what it is. They could use the money. We could use the money. But thereafter, at the Great Northern, Jack is looking for Audrey as he prepares to leave the hotel, and Doc Hayward gives Ben an examination, and they have a very thinly veiled conversation about, you know, the state of things, where Will tells him to stay away from Eileen, but Ben insists on doing what he believes to be the right thing, and Doc Hayward's like, this is not the right thing. You know, I admire your desire to be good, and I think that you are capable of it, and I respect what I'm seeing from you, but this is not the way to go about it. This is not the right thing. And he's like, I disagree. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. And Jack comes in, and the doc leaves for his office.
The sad banjo every time Jack's on screen. You know.
Dude, I love it. They're like, doesn't this dude just have the fucking sauce? I love that, like, everything about him is just so fucking perfect.
God damn. I mean, yeah, I mean, he doesn't want to go, you know, and I don't know if this is like a story element, but it feels like it. Like, they're so close to meeting each other, but I don't know, their environment is keeping them apart. Even though they want to clearly like be together. I don't know. It's like Ben is keeping Audrey away. This random murder in Brazil, you know.
Yeah. The fuck?
Is it random?
This well, I'm gonna tell you right now, this does not come back up. It's hysterical. Jack leaves because I forgot that his partner has been murdered. I forgot that he was more than a friend, he was a partner. He's been murdered. And I'm like, oh, I didn't remember that being why he left at all.
Yeah. So, but I don't know, it feels, you know, I've speculated about a town connection or things. You know, if there's love in the air, there's love everywhere. You know, multiple people are feeling it. And this episode, I feel like, did quite a lot to do
the most tangible evidence of the town literally experiencing the same thing. It's
kind of undoubtable now.
Well, and there's important imagery there later on that I would like to point out. But regardless. Jack enters, tells Ben that he's leaving due to his partner being murdered, and they have a candid conversation about, you know, Audrey. You know, I'm sorry she wasn't here to say goodbye, and, you know, him being like, what am I going to do without you? What am I going to do, Jack? I don't know. I don't know how to be good. He's like, dude, just try your fucking best, man. I'm not here to tutor you on how to be good. Like, you're a strong guy. You could figure it out. It'll be all right. I like that Jack's so nice that you can hardly tell he's probably a little annoyed by this. At least I would be, you know, like him being like, just try your best. It's okay, Ben. You'll do right by whoever as long as you set your mind to it. It's fine.
Like, I'm really only thinking about your daughter, man. I mean,
yeah, I couldn't give less of a fuck about this right now. I completely forgot that he goes to Eileen as a result of the conversation with Jack about telling the hardest truth first.
Yeah.
You know, I forgot that was like the literal, like, first step, second step is like he has that conversation with Jack. He's like, well, I know the hardest truth. Let me go tell it.
Yeah. And I think it's the hardest truth is to tell Donna. I think, and that's like what he, like, Doc Hayward was like, nah, stay away. Like, this is not the way to go about it. But
she's been through a lot these last few months. She doesn't need to find out that you, Benjamin Horn, are her father.
Well, I mean, I think it's already
she's
out
on
of
her
the bag.
way to that anyway.
I think it's
as we see in the attic here, where Donna looks through her papers, examining her birth certificate, and finds that no father is listed on the certificate. And
Anakin Skywalker, the dyad,
the midichlorians were formed within her. Yeah, no,
the chosen one.
The chosen one, Donna Hayward. She is destined to face Bob and destroy the Sith. But her mother calls her down with an important phone call from Deputy Hawk.
Yeah.
It's then that Audrey returns to the hotel, and Hawk stops her to take her to a meeting ordered by Agent Cooper. And this is when we cut back to Ben and Jack having that candid little conversation, and Jack has Ben give Audrey a letter.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But
The slight, they could have seen each other, but not.
Yeah,
they
they keep crossing paths, but it's not working out. Yeah, it's good. I like that trope. I'm a fan of it, and I appreciate it specifically when it does pay off. Like they do get to see each other at the end. It's good. It's good stuff. But
they see each other.
Yeah. They see all of each other. And so does that pilot. Regardless,
oh, yeah. Wait. Oh, Jack just doesn't fly. Was he?
No, Jack was not the pilot of the plane. No way. I'm sure it's a private jet. There's certainly some privacy aboard this thing, but yeah,
wow, I thought Pete was the closest one, but no, the pilot was
literally
way
someone
closer.
else in the plane. I'm pretty sure. I might be mistaken. Maybe Jack is piloting. I don't think he is, though. I'm pretty sure that they show somebody in the pilot's chair that looked a little like Jack, and then they cut to inside whenever Jack sees Audrey and is like, "Hold on," he's like, "Hold on, I gotta,"
Okay, yeah, that's. That, I mean, maybe, and maybe he was just like, "Hey, buddy, go take a smoke break."
Yeah, go take it.
But hey, they were out there till sunset. You know what I mean?
I mean, they were out there. Like Jack got down. Jack, like I said, Jack, my man's.
Come on.
But
I mean, does he have a single thing wrong with him?
They never dive into it. If he does, I'll tell you that much. This dude, there's a flawless creature, Jack Wheeler. But we'll head over to Major Briggs, where he assigns Cappy, a fun new character, Cappy, just some guy who's hanging out around them.
Okay. Hello, new guy on the detective team. Hey, does this work? I'm like,
love
okay.
shit like that.
Am I supposed to just
love that Twin Peaks does
man?
that every once in a while? They're just like, here's another character because obviously other people would be around.
Yeah.
Cappy has some work to do and meets with Dale and Harry to discuss Earl's activities with Project Blue Book, telling them that he became obsessive and violent and was dropped from the project. He shows them footage of Wyndham Earl speaking about Dugpas and a place called the Black Lodge, a place where evil insists upon itself. It builds and builds and builds, and harnessing this evil allows them to do more evil.
Yeah.
Evil shall inherit the earth is basically what he's saying.
Okay. Hello. Yeah, this is, I mean, I guess they already said that Wyndham worked on Project Blue Book before, but then it's like, I didn't know that he was just so ahead of the game. I don't know, like this far back, like homie's been.
Yeah. Well, and that, it really recontextualizes, we had an episode come out a few weeks ago where, you were very careful to say something about how you don't blame Dale for anything, but his coming to the town definitely changed stuff.
Yes.
And how it really opened it up and everything. And you were like, and Wyndham Earl wouldn't be here if Dale Cooper wasn't here. Which is funny because that now seems not entirely true. But
or is it? Did the murder of the murder of Laura Palmer, was it to get, the next murder that would get Cooper to the town? Like this, like Wyndham Earl facilitated Laura getting murdered to bring Coop into the town because...
So you're of the mind that Bob and Wyndham would already be in cahoots?
I mean... Still, like this episode, I was maybe thinking that they were like working together, but like this makes it seem that I don't think that they're like a literal team. I think it's just more they have similar goals in mind. And maybe if anything, I think the relationship now is that Bob is aware of Wyndham. And like he's kind of just letting Wyndham do his thing, or so, like a little bit. I like the partnership of like a Bob and Mike, and Wyndham is kind of the Mike a little bit. But it feels that Wyndham is doing the things in the real realm that need to happen in order for whatever their plan is, and then Bob is doing the stuff in the mystical realm beyond. But now, obviously he's done whatever he needs to do. He's back in the real world here, so I don't know what that means. It doesn't mean good.
I took the ending of this episode to be like Bob almost set himself free somehow. Like it didn't seem like he's almost clawing out of the Black Lodge. It looks like whenever he reaches out and stuff. Like it feels like like previously he was trapped.
No. Oh my God. Is this? Oh my God. He's testing. He's testing to see if he can exist in this world. And if he doesn't, he'll lose his arm or whatever. And is this what happened? Did Mike not cut his arm off? Did he go, from one realm to the next? And he did this little test, and then no,
got a
not
little
yet.
Doctor Strange loop-de-loop, tie the knot.
Yep.
Yep.
So, I mean, maybe this is it's because it didn't look like it. It wasn't hard for him to get through. It was him just like, oh. Like I'm here. Like it was just kind of like my arm is here. Like I don't know. It wasn't like a crawl quite. It did feel more like a test. Now that I don't know. So it is, yeah. But the team of Wyndham and Bob is really interesting. I don't really know. I don't have I don't really have a footing or how to feel on that, or like I don't know how, like one way or the other. It could be either or, and like I'm good with any way it goes down. But as far as like when Wyndham was aware of the Black Lodge and all of this stuff, and him, things are happening now. Things, and could Coop have been doing whatever he was doing elsewhere outside of Twin Peaks, and Wyndham would he have still continued in Twin Peaks and gotten the Black? I don't know. I don't think so. Like it feels like Coop needed to be there as well. So I think it makes more sense now that like if Leland was Bob and Bob killed Laura, we know this, but like if there's a step above and that it will bring a certain FBI agent into town, and then once this happens, here, whatever is about to happen is going to go down.
That would be interesting, but I fear it places Bob in a subservient position of sorts if it's a conspiracy. Of Wyndham, like Wyndham, it feels like in the scenario you're painting, Wyndham would be calling the shots, and it would indicate that he already understands the Black Lodge in a capacity that he doesn't seem quite able to yet.
I guess like Wyndham is still human, or at least or like it doesn't seem that there is another a Bob inside of him. It doesn't feel like he is like a Leland. It does feel like he is just Wyndham.
I would agree. And I think that his inability to know where the Black Lodge is until this episode is a big clue in that direction.
And maybe that's why Bob's not really the subservient role, because Bob always knows he has the upper hand. He's like, he doesn't know how to get to the Black Lodge. I'm mystical. He doesn't even understand half of the shit still, like sort of thing. So it's like, I feel like Bob is like, if they're a team, Bob still is using Wyndham, I feel like it's not even, if they are a team, it's not really mutual for, maybe it is for Wyndham and Wyndham thinks that, but not for Bob. Bob is only for whatever is going down here. But yeah, I know I'm jumping. I guess I jumped quite.
No, that's okay. It was relevant. We were talking about his.
Yeah, what was even the
jumping off was the footage of him talking about the Black Lodge. So it's not it's completely unfounded.
Okay.
But Cooper figures that Earl's true intentions for coming to Twin Peaks is to find the Black Lodge, and that the Owl Cave petroglyph has some sort of a connection. And Earl listens in on the conversation and states that he knows more than they do. I know something you don't know. And he plans to go with Leo Johnson to ambush Major Briggs.
In what a way to do it whenever we get there.
Yeah, Jesus, the horse. I mean, come on now. Let's go. This is
fuck.
That was actually when I texted you and said, this fucking rocks.
Yes. Yes. It's this. I mean, it was like, but it didn't, it fit within the episode. It's like, it was happening. And I'm just like, yep. All right. This is normal. You know, I get like, this is just happening. This is just part of the show. But, but I mean, the whole episode had this energy the whole time. And
it's so good.
But what the frick, Major Briggs? You know, you say you're tired. You say, you know, yeah, I could use some sleep. But he's like, a walk in the woods will do me good. Actually, that's what I need. That's exactly what I need. A walk in the woods right now, you know?
Well, and I love that Harry's like, don't forget the breadcrumbs. You know, like, so we can find you if you go missing again.
I mean, it feels a little bit like I don't know. Briggs knew this would happen, like but I don't know how this benefit unless he's like somehow lying and feeding Wyndham false information, but it doesn't seem like it.
Doesn't seem like it, yeah,
at all. But yeah, was a strange want. Strange. Yes, I'll go take a stroll in the woods.
Well, he's connected to the nature, you know. He wants to reconnect to the earth. It's he's a spiritual fella. But we'll go to the double R, where a woman sits at the counter eating a pie, and she seems to not be able to control her hand as it begins to shake next to her. And the music kind of the like alien ass music that plays during that. I love that.
Yep.
And nearby, Bobby and Shelley discuss the latter's speech for the Miss Twin Peaks contest. And Bobby tells her that he loves her and he has realized he's done her wrong, and you know, he reaffirms his commitment to her, and he feels like he might finally be becoming the man that his father was hoping he'd be, or knows that he'll be, I should say.
Yeah, but then what happens right whenever it gets good? Nope, phone call. Nope, leave. Nope, get out of there. It's like phone
call from
and
Agent
it happens.
Cooper.
Yeah, so Audrey and Jack, you know, being separated, but then, you know, I guess they finally get their moment at the end. But it's like there is this all around the town. It's happening, and everyone is having this left hand shake, fucking about to have a stroke. What the hell? What is this? You know what? But then not. It is like they're the ones that are close to the love that is happening. You know, it's just that they're not. I don't know. They're not the ones in love, but they're just the ones right there. Locally, I don't know.
Tracked that it happens with this chick next to Bobby and Shelley.
Yes. And
Pete next to Jack and Audrey.
Yes.
How about Coop though? Because he's literally a part of the couple, which is a different step from the others.
It happens to Coop whenever his hand's on the blinds, right? Is that it happens? Yeah. When does it happen to Coop?
I think Coop's is the last one. I want to say it's
because I think he's looking out of the window, his hands on the blinds, and then he realizes, you know, and it's like what? And then so that's just when he's with Harry. Actually, he's just in the office with Harry. Yeah, I guess so. Oh. But outside, Lucy and Andy are having their conversation of "I'm choosing a father," you know, or I don't know. Maybe that's the couple that's around there.
No, yeah, that's why. Like, I guess what I was saying is I hadn't really made that connection. I think that it connects much more to a theory you were having earlier in the show, and that you have by no means let go of, which is that you know the town, the mystical connection the people have with the town. I think that Jupiter and Saturn are aligning is really what I'm getting at. Like, the Black Lodge is opening and the whole town is feeling it. I don't know that it has much to do with the relationships at hand.
Or this is always a thing. It's just at the maximum degree whenever Jupiter and Saturn are, you know, this is when the worst of the worst can happen, but also the best of the best. I feel like is at the same plate. We're seeing a lot of the bad side of the Black Lodge's plan, but like I feel like the White Lodge has, they got a game plan too, right? Like the giant, he's warning Coop. He's saying, no, dog, no, this
don't
is not
call
the way.
her that.
Like, yeah,
don't
so, like,
call her that.
So they got a game plan. I feel like they're not just letting Bob and Wyndham do all this shit. No, like there's
this has a happy ending for sure.
Oh, fuck yeah! It's like, oh god. I mean, it's
the tone at the end of this episode definitely indicates to me that we're heading towards happy times.
It's. I mean, I guess they could still have a game plan, but it doesn't.
No, they definitely could still have a game plan. No, and that's why, like, the detail that I think is cool is that everybody's right hand shakes.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the hand Bob is reaching out of the Black Lodge with, and it's shaking as he does it. And I don't know if that's purposeful or if that's just like was Bob reaching, and that's what they're feeling is Bob's encroaching, his coming it's imminent. I think that could be really interesting. And there's also the fact that later on at Wyndham's cabin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure Garland and Leo are full-blown experiencing absolute zenith of this effect all over them.
That was, I mean, there is that. And see, like, Garland was given the drug or whatever. So that, it made kind of sense. It could have just been that of, like, the reaction. But Leo also having it at the same time. That wasn't his shot caller. That was,
there's something else going on there.
Crazy.
Yeah, like, that's it, yeah.
But Wyndham is perfectly fine. I guess he's kind of on his crazy villain type shit, I guess he's, the map, the overlap, I know more detail, whatever. But like, no, he's not going crazy, having that reaction. So it's like, that's why it feels like there is some relationship between Bob and Wyndham, but it's not like a team is the wrong word. Like they're, I don't know, like it's just they have some connection.
Honor amongst thieves, sort of, like they have a solidarity through the just pure evil in their heart, could be something there, but regardless, we'll head forth where Mayor Dwayne and Lana are at the Roadhouse and tells them that he, Norma, and Dick are the judges, and they plan a scheme to get Dick's vote. He's a Frenchman or a Bohemian or something. You just show him those gams and it's over for him. You'll have his vote for sure. Why can't we get married, Lana? Please, can we? You are so strict, darling. Freaks.
Not until I win Miss Twin Peaks, though. We can get
okay, Lana.
Well, be careful what you wish for. I don't know if this is one you want to win. Honestly, I hope it goes out to her plan.
Yeah.
I hope this fixing is what gets her killed, and we don't save all of the people we care about. Sorry, Lana. But
sorry, Lana.
Please win. Please win.
Don't let Shelley, Audrey, and Donna die.
No.
Speaking of. Cooper meets with Shelley, Audrey, and Donna concerning the poem that was given to them by a stranger and asks if any of them have had any strange encounters lately. And I like that Donna and Audrey have like much more surefire ones, and Shelley's like, I don't know, a guy left me a $10 tip for a cup of coffee, which is unusual, but also she's a very attractive lady. I can't imagine she's not getting $10 tips every once in a while from weird truckers passing through.
That's true. Yeah, but I guess he was in the Double R as a trucker, so I mean it was.
That's true. That was the role he was playing.
So I mean, it is. They did all have. It was. They all was like, yeah, actually, we did all see him.
He goes, all three. Okay, yeah. Beware. I love that he's like, all right, I need you guys to check in with the sheriff morning and night, 9 a.m., 9 p.m. You are never to go anywhere alone. Make sure your parents know where you are at all times. And it was funny hearing him say that. Like, I almost forget that they're like technically kids.
Yeah.
Whenever he's like, I need your parents to know where you are at all times. I'm like, oh yeah. They're in high school.
And there was maybe a love connection between Audrey and Coop at one point, and he's now telling her, "Hey, make sure your parents know where you are, Audrey." At all, it's like, yeah, that's a weird thought to go back on in like season 1, but
they're 18. You know, and yeah. Regardless, he tells them to stay safe. Basically, stay safe out there, though. And we cut forth where Earl tells Leo about the Dugpas as the latter cleans off a table saw. And Leo notices Shelly on one of the Queen's cards and realizes, oh wait, Shelly's in danger, but I love Shelly and I want to save her. And Earl expresses his doubt about whether or not that's even true. And that's when Leo reveals that he now has the shock collar remote. He's like, I've got you now, you motherfucker.
Leo.
Yeah, poor. This was the first time I've been like, oh, poor guy. You know, like I have never once felt bad for Leo until this one. It's like, oh, buddy, that's
he does
not
it
gonna.
Twice. He does it. To himself
he keeps
twice,
doing it.
too.
He keeps doing it because he's like, it's got to work eventually.
Oh man, like that's the one thing you grab in that whole place. You have arrows.
There are
you have
blades.
Knives, you have saw blade. Even table saw was in there. I mean, there's, but it's okay. You know that's it's okay, Leo.
It's okay, Leo. You're okay, buddy. You're trying your best. No, that's it's an interesting arc to take Leo's character down. I think, given him the Reek arc, I think that his lingering sense of, I mean, he's at his basest instincts, you know, obviously. There's no thoughts going on behind those eyes. Nope. And I really appreciate that when it's that simple in his head, he's like, I love Shelly. You know, like, why would I let anything happen to Shelly? Like, there's like this dissonance between who he actually was and who he is now. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, look, he is definitely a shitty person, but when boiled down,
don't get me wrong, he never treated Shelly right, and Shelly should never in a million years accept him back into her life.
But whenever that piece of shit's gone, and he doesn't have those piece of shit thoughts, it is like, oh no, I do love her.
Is there redemption for Leo Johnson? Is there something on the other side of this?
He
that
fucking whacks Wyndham Earl. Like, he's like the only one who's right there next to him, and like, I feel like I hope he can have that moment, you know, something of him.
Like Theon Greyjoy charging the Night King type shit. It's like, I'm gonna go down swinging at least for the right cause.
And like Shelly, like it feels like it would be to die for Shelly. And like, because if it was for Audrey or someone else, it would be still the sacrifice play. But like it feels, if it's gonna be Leo making a sacrifice play, it's got to be in the name of Shelly. Which doesn't, just of who can win, of who's gonna win. It's like, it's so up in the air. I don't know. Like, it could be Annie, Shelly. I mean, all of them have such a good chance of winning. Like, honestly, Donna is I feel like the least just likely out of all. I don't know. Right. Sorry, Donna.
Well, good news is we find out next week.
Oh God, yeah.
Next week is Miss Twin Peaks, baby. Let's fucking cook. Very exciting. But we will move forward once again, where Audrey returns to the hotel again, missing Jack as he leaves, passing Pete Martell at one point, who is obviously a creepy old man.
Staring up at the fireplace. Oh, Josie. Saying this Josie poetry. And then he waves at the end. What? Like, this was like another one, just part of the episode that was just like, is that Pete just being Pete? Is this some was he seeing a literal, was he talking to someone there?
Josie is in the hotel.
Fuck.
Josie is in the hotel, for the record.
She's in the drawer pull. Did she move? Yeah. Are you in the drawer pull forever? Or is it
I feel like she's trapped in the drawer pull is where my money's at. But
he's looking
regardless,
through the wall, X-ray vision to that exact.
He feels her though. Yes. I like to think he feels her presence. That's the idea. But Audrey goes to her father's office and asks about Jack, but Ben tells her, you know what? Forget everything. You're going to be the spokesperson that Stop Ghostwood needs. We need you in the contest. We need you in the Miss Twin Peaks contest. You know what? Go ahead, give that speech. And Audrey's like, hey, where the fuck is Jack? And he's like, oh, he's gone. And she's like, I gotta go. We move to see her climb into Pete's car. This is interesting. I didn't catch this part. He says he sees Josie's face above the fireplace.
Like, does he actually say
this
that out
excerpt says, this breakdown says, Pete Martell claims to see Josie's face above the fireplace, and Audrey has him take her to the airport.
He looks back and definitely waves. I remember that really vividly, of him like picking up his hat, but then like he even took one look back, looked at the fireplace, and waved, and was like, so I'm pulling up.
Oh yeah, Josie's in the hotel, man. It's the Overlook Hotel now. Great Northern's got literal ghosts in it.
And I mean, it's crazy that it hasn't clicked. Like the artwork that's like all over the walls of the eyeballs and just like the fucking.
Oh yeah,
it's so like I don't know how I haven't picked up on that before. But yeah, I'm watching it. He just picks up his hat. He looks back up at the fireplace. He's like, huh? And then he looks back again and he waves. But he doesn't, I guess, he doesn't say anything out loud. I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what this breakdown's talking about then. But regardless, I love that Audrey's like, Pete, you're coming with me. It's
yeah, we gotta go.
Yeah, I love that.
You got a truck? You got a car? All right, cool. We're fucking going.
But elsewhere, Cooper, Truman, and Andy observe the petroglyph and wonder where Briggs has gone. Truman is like, hey, Andy, call Betty. Ask about Garland. Make sure he made it home safe. And Cooper goes and looks out the window, and Truman's like, you seem chipper. He's like, sir, I can't help but think about the woman I love. And I really love Michael Ontkeen's performance of Harry in this moment. The sad, like, I had that once and I don't have it anymore, but I'm happy for my boy, but I resent him for it. I'm jealous, but I love him, so I want what's best for him.
But I do feel bad, and
I love how easily he's playing that dissonance, that like, I want to be happy for my boy and I am happy for my boy, but goddamn does this suck. Like, I am in the worst heartbreak of my life.
And it's like, he has a few lines, but it's mainly through his body language and
his
facial
absolutely.
acting. Yeah,
everything he says is everything he says is literally just supportive. You know, he's like, he says something along the lines of, Coop's like, I'm sorry, that sounds ridiculous, and he's like, it doesn't sound ridiculous, it sounds lucky. You know, like, God, it's so sweet.
That's
man.
how you're supposed to feel, or
yeah, it's sweet. I love this moment. It was definitely one of my favorite scenes of the episode, but in an episode so full of good scenes, it's hard to pick it. But Coop muses about Annie. He's been thinking about her all day, and as he looks out the blinds, his hand begins to shake.
Another, it could be, the Black Bob's coming. Everyone's feeling the effects, but it does feel that there is love in the air whenever it does happen. Like Coop is thinking of Annie, right there, and they are having a literal conversation of love. I don't know. I don't know. It feels like that, like if Bob is coming out, and that is why they're shaking, but Bob would be shaking because love is like his kryptonite. Like that is his, the ultimate way to fight him is if love is in the air. I feel like that is painful to Bob if there is love, true love in the air. And there has been a lot of it. I hope, at least. I really hope it's not like facilitated love by Wyndham or Bob, and like it's all. But no, that feels weird. Like it feels like they are. I don't know. It is. They are around love when it's happening, and Bob is. Ow! That doesn't feel good, and because he's there, it's affecting everyone around him.
Like the Black Lodge is lashing out in response to love, kind of.
it's gotta kill it while it can. It's gotta like yeah, because I mean like it is crazy that all like in every situation it's like when their love is like even Bobby and Shelley, their love isn't as strong as like Audrey and Jack or Annie and Coop.
Which is funny, isn't it?
That their love's
that
not
Bobby
as strong.
and Shelley's isn't as strong as Audrey's and Jack's, who met each other 2 episodes ago.
That's true. Yeah, I guess like they're in the honeymoon phase, but
but it's real. It's real.
Yeah, it's real. But no, like but everyone was taken away very quickly. Or there was something else to do, or like they're and that could be at the big scale, Black Lodge pulling strings to pull people away and stuff. So I mean it does feel like it could be Bob's coming and people are just feeling the effects, but I don't think it's a coincidence that every time it's been love has either been the topic of conversation or literally love making sex in the jet near so it's like it feels like there's something there of love doing something, and it feels, my explanation of that is just it's Bob's kryptonite is my best guess right now. And like this is all the people that are shaking is like these are all the people that Bob has touched, like it was like he's a virus, or once he has his hold on you, it truly never leaves. It's always there, sort of thing. But, yeah, it's like because I guess, well, it was Coop, Pete, and random lady. Not even Log Lady. It would have been interesting if it was Log Lady. But what if the log shaked? That would have been nuts. If the log started fucking vibrating. But no, yeah, this I don't know. I think a love connection is there though. I do think there's something there.
Okay, cool. But Briggs wanders through the woods until he encounters a horse, as it were. 2 men in a horse costume who brandish a dart gun, incapacitating him, and Wyndham reveals himself and Leo as the horse, telling Leo that he thinks he's found his calling.
Yes.
He's singing Home on the Range rather beautifully, I might add.
Wyndham Earl. I mean, yeah, who's the...
I got it. Kenneth Walsh.
Yeah. Dude,
yeah, Kenneth Walsh. He's got to be the performance this week, man. He's gnarly. Man. He's gnarly. And this is one of those weeks where, I don't know, in previous weeks he's been playing that maniac very, very well, and he's done an incredible job at it. There feels like there's more to his character in this one, or more to his performance in this one than in previous weeks. He doesn't feel as one-dimensionally, I'm just a psycho, as he has in the past weeks. Don't get me wrong, he definitely still is. I'm not saying he's not, but there's something that he feels more self-possessed this week than he has in weeks past. It feels like everything he's doing, there is intention behind versus just kind of winging it previously.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and he's in the black suit now. Like, homie is dripped up, not in his weird pajamas or whatever anymore. So it's like he's the FBI agent, but just I don't know, bad. He's bad Coop, evil Coop. But I think to a little higher degree, there's some I don't know, like some connection. I don't know. That's the thing I'm still I don't see quite yet, as if the Bob and him connection, but no, I mean, he's the character for me as well, like performance and character. Like he's like it just almost feels like freaking Heath Ledger Joker inspiration, or like I mean at certain points of how crazy he goes, but no, it's like I love this recontextualization of we thought he was here just for Coop and for revenge and for what's her name? Caroline,
yeah.
Yes, Caroline. But his main goal was the Black Lodge, or at least that's what it was before, and now it's just Jupiter and Saturn are aligning, maybe is like Jupiter, Black Lodge, Coop, Saturn is like these things need to align in order to for evil to win.
Right.
And because, yeah, I mean, what does that mean, though? What does it mean for Bob and Wyndham to win? What does that mean? Like,
what does that look like? Yeah.
Wyndham feels like he could kill anyone at any point that he wants. Like, if it was just to kill everybody, like, it doesn't feel like it's just kill. Like, that doesn't, no. It's like to...
Yeah, what's the end game?
Over the minds of everyone, or to, like, input, to... be like Bob was to Leland.
Anarchy?
For everyone. Like, to open the floodgates, I feel like. Yes, Bob got through. He's like the first. He's like the test. He's like the Neil Armstrong. And then it's like, all right, guys, we're good. Well, come on through.
Step on out. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's because, I mean, yeah. I mean, it's mystical. I feel like, it's not a they're not going for the nuclear codes. They're not I don't know. It's like it is some. It's some.
Yeah, there's some other thing. Yeah, I'm with you. And obviously, it's hard for me to go down these routes with you.
Yes. As we are 2 episodes away, and it probably doesn't.
I like where your head's at. I like where your head's at. We shall see indeed. But we'll go to the diner. This is my favorite shot. Cooper and Annie just sitting across from each other, this long take where it slowly pulls out and the music gets more and more freaky and scary and eerie as they discuss everything.
Love.
Really, she notices that he's been troubled, and he admits that he has been thinking about her more than the case at hand, and she admits to thinking about him all day. I've been seeing your face in fried eggs all morning, and he's like, I just love how smitten they are so quickly. Like they are in a relationship. It's not even like they're crushing on each other. No, they are dating. And it did not take much. He offers to take her dancing. And she says that she wouldn't know how, but he says he'll show her, and they share a kiss, accidentally knocking over a stack of dishes.
And then, like, mega focusing on the drip of the cough, like, drip, 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 the fucking water sprinklers in the sheriff's station. I don't, the drip on the it's like a before, whenever the giant was like, all right, you will have whatever the things he told him, and it ended with the body bag, the smiley bag, the whatever, dancing one-armed man, I don't know what, and then it's like these are the next clues or whatever that are happening, because like this is the topic of conversation is love, and like it is very happy. It's like, oh, I can't stop thinking about you. I just love you so much. Oh my god! But like the feeling of the scene is what's going on. Like it's like what is about to happen. But they're saying perfectly. Normal things for them, I like they're who Heisenberg or whatever, like is like she quotes Heisenberg,
quoting back and forth, yeah.
So they're doing their nerdy lovey-dovey shit, but
we're
the
very compatible. We're very similar, and I loved this scene, man, and their scene later on is actually the one that I did give my favorite scene.
Yeah. But weird, I don't know. Another weird energy scene.
Yeah,
of,
strange.
Of the
yeah, we're building to something, and it's not good. But
yeah,
we'll head over to the airport where Pete pulls up with Audrey, and right before Jack is ready to take off, Audrey stops him, and they express their love for each other. And Jack's like, "I have to go," but he's she asks, "Will he come back?" And he says he's not sure, and she goes, "I'm a virgin." He goes, what? And
okay.
She's like, I want you to make love to me. And he's like, yeah, what the fuck am I going to say no? Okay, yeah, hop on in. I love the way that he approaches that situation. He's like, okay, yeah, for sure.
He's like, right here, right now. And she's like, I mean, it is your jet. And he goes, yeah.
He's like, you're goddamn right it is. Let's
God,
get on in.
it is my jet. Let's fucking go. I mean,
yeah. So. I love that the whole thing was really, really sweet, and we culminate with that, and then it leaves Pete teary-eyed over there, the romantic Pete Martell, and his hands start shaking.
And And I did look back. Jack solo pilots his fucking plane too. Bro doesn't even have a pilot.
Oh, okay.
He is the pilot, which just makes him even
sick.
I mean, what the fuck, dude? Come on, like Jesus Christ. Just literally, he is Jesus Christ. I think actually.
John Justice Wheeler, baby. Yep. I love this guy. I love this guy. JJW. JJW for president, baby. Let's go.
But yeah. I mean, they done did it. Is there a baby in the? I mean, I mean, first, it's like it's a weird. He is leaving, and now I won't know anything until the return. Is that the implication? Is that I don't know.
Yeah, whenever Audrey has a 25-year-old kid in the return, and you're like, oh, who's the father? We know.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'm not saying that does happen or doesn't happen, but yeah.
And then he's never back, and then she needs like a father figure, so she marries someone like a Doc Hayward, and then it's like, oh, whoa, weird, the cycle that we're in.
The cyclical nature of existing in Twin Peaks, man.
Which could have been how like Ben and Eileen actually like went down. Like it could have been like this. Like it could have been actually true love at the time. You know, I don't know if Ben was actually shitty all the time. Like who knows? Maybe this was an actual good moment. They just got pregnant, and then
I got to imagine it was. Eileen seems like a good chick, you know.
Yeah, and like you know, and I like to think that no, it's just to get pregnant. It happens just whenever. I would just the romantic in me likes to think that it can only happen in safe and happy environments and whenever it's supposed to go down. But no, it just it happens too randomly for really that to be all the time. But at least like in like shows, I feel like they like to play that up. You know, it's like it happens whenever it's supposed to go down. But that's interesting on D-Day for good old Dick Tremaine and Andy. Was it on the mattress store? You know, was it that crazy time that it went down, or was it, I don't know, when Andy's town was back? But
I'm a whole damn town.
He's a whole damn town. Yeah. So I mean, but no.
Okay, Andy. Yeah, no, I love.
But
God, I love this show.
Too much going on. I don't know. Yeah, but Ben, like, it feels like this could be how like the life before. This feels like it could have been like Eileen and Ben.
I love the scene though, man. I really do. I love Jack and Audrey's chemistry and their relationship, and I think that this kind of being their, you know, their culmination. It's a wonderful little scene. You know, take what you can while you can, and you know, if you love something, set it free, etc.
Yes, Donna having her love gone, not near. Audrey the same. Like they're distant, but the love is still there. Like the connection is still there. And like oh my god, wow, that's kind of crazy. The other side of like Bob's virus going and touching everywhere, but that's like the good side, the good spread of love. You know, if you can still be in love with someone, but on separate like halves of the globe, while Jackson, Brazil, and Audrey's up in Washington, they're still in love with each other, and there's nothing that anyone can do to change their minds. It's like I never thought of that connection before, but that's that's a beautiful different perspective on loving something and setting it free. Of like that the connection just is still there the whole time.
Yeah.
Which I don't know. That's
well, I think that's I've always been kind of the mind that that's kind of how love works anyway. You know, like the people that I have loved in the past, I'm not in love with them anymore. But you know, there's
always going to be something there. You can't.
If they didn't betray me and do something that utterly changed my perspective of them, there's no reason for me to be like, and I don't like you anymore. No, you know, like I still got love in my heart for people I've loved in the past. It's just how love works.
Bloomed. They were pretty for their time, and they just sadly withered away, and they're not there anymore. But they were pretty
to the soil to birth something new. Yeah.
But
we'll head over to the cabin in the woods where Wyndham Earle interrogates Briggs about the Owl Cave. but the Major states that he is not at liberty to give him the answers he seeks. And Wyndham injects him with some sort of truth serum, which is outstanding, causing Briggs to admit that he saw the petroglyph in a dream during his disappearance. He describes signs that say, before this, my favorite line of the episode, and one of my favorite moments from Major Briggs ever, and moments from the show period, is when Wyndham asks him what his biggest fear is.
Oh my God,
he goes,
yes.
The possibility that love is not enough.
The absolute line of the, he just...
Well, delivered. And I mean, it brings everything you've been talking about to a head, to the forefront of the episode. The possibility that love is not enough. Yeah. And he's like, the Major after my heart.
He knows even more than anyone that it is their kryptonite and that it is the weapon, but it's like there isn't enough love in the world. It's like he's like, it is the weapon, but we don't have enough of it, or like it might just not be enough. And oh man, yeah, that is tragic. So get out there, people. Fucking love as much as you can.
People.
We can we get Bob out of here? Can we fucking
get the Bob out? Get Bob out of here. But he describes signs that say there is a time if Jupiter and Saturn meet, they will receive you.
Okay.
He then utters indistinguishable words.
Bro became an alien. Like he literally was no longer Briggs. He was a being on...
Now, I won't have you do this. I won't have you do this because we're on the air and it would take a little time, so I'm just going to give it to you.
Okay.
What he says sounds like... If you record it and reverse
that
it,
shit. Yep.
It's that gum you like is coming back into style.
Woo! Let's go, dude. That's fucking hype. That is so good. That is so good. Oh my God. And who... That gum you like's coming back in style. Was it the man from the other place that said that? It was
the man from the other place that said that.
The man from the other place.
The man from the other place and... the Herald, the old guy.
Yes. Okay.
Who actually said it to Briggs, if I'm not mistaken. Or maybe it was to Leland. It was in that scene where Cooper settles who the killer is.
They were at the
Roadhouse.
The Roadhouse, yes, and it was cleared out, and it was after, they left, and he's like, that gum you like's coming back and stuff.
Yeah, because Leland goes, I used to chew that gum all the time, or something like that, and he says, that gum you like is coming back into style.
Wow.
That's just a little detail it's clear that there's other stuff going on, it's not just a spot on a map, but
yes. Planets, is it actually Jupiter and actually Saturn, or is it things that represent, Jupiter and Saturn? Or both. The planets are actually there in alignment as well as their whatever
on the map, but
wow,
but we do go from all this talk about Jupiter and Saturn meeting straight to the puzzle box, which has the moon phases on it and everything. We're going very planetary with it. And Catherine shows the puzzle blocks to Andrew, who is very easily able to solve one of the layers, and then just destroys the next with a rolling pin, revealing a strange metallic box.
Just a metal fucking I don't know. And then also the goat on the wall, focusing on the goat while he smashes it for whatever reason. Okay. Sure. And then
there are a few choices in this episode because I think this is a great fucking episode. I don't want you to get me wrong. Where it might be trying the hardest the show ever has to recreate the Lynch feel. And there are moments that it really works, like that slow pull away from Annie and Dale in the diner. But then the zooming in on the coffee and stuff, I'm like, that's a little, I felt a little over the top. It felt a little on the nose. I appreciate it, but it felt like a bit much. This was another one of those ones that I felt like was a bit much, was the goat on the wall.
Yeah. And this, I mean, it could just be that, or it's like, we saw that this is what you did. Like, we are here. We saw that you broke the box and you didn't actually open it correctly. Or if that matters, I don't know.
Yeah, when it comes to Thomas Eckhart and all that stuff, like, it's really hard to discern whether or not that has any connection to the Black Lodge stuff, you know?
Just another piece on the map that needs to be where it's supposed to be. Keep this puzzle box, keep him, you know, struggling for days. It's whatever the fuck's inside of that metal thing. It's just, it needs to be there. You know, Coop needs to be wherever he's supposed to be. That needs to be there. Wyndham needs to be wherever. Briggs needs to be. Yeah, like I feel like it might be an actual chess match, like with what fucking Ben Horn said. If I just align everything in the room exactly right, they're in reach of resonance. I think like this is actually going down, but town wide. And yeah, this metal box. But what the fuck? This is a Eckhart. This is from Thomas Eckhart, but then his assistant that just handed it to him, and then it's like, oh, but what? It's like what? It doesn't feel like it's man, it's not connected at all. But
what are we cooking? Yeah, I'm digging it, man. But we then move to my favorite scene of the episode, which is Cooper meeting Annie at the Roadhouse and offering her to teach her how to dance. They dance and they have this really, really intimate moment. You know, your body feels good against mine. I was just thinking the same thing. Whew. They kiss and she says, I want more than your kisses. And you're like, oh, damn.
He says, for instance? Oh, man. Yeah. No, yeah. Yeah, it was nice.
Oh, dude, I love this moment. It's awesome. So tender and sweet. It's beautiful to look at. It's a great sequence. And they're interrupted by Mayor Milford addressing the crowd, but struggling with the microphone. This thing, it doesn't work. It doesn't. She pulls away, and this is what gives me Annie Blackburn as my favorite character of the episode. I really love Heather Graham as Annie Blackburn.
I like that.
She says it's more than your kisses. You know, I when I'm with you, I feel safe and I feel comfortable, and I don't feel strange about that either. I feel so sure. There's no question about it, and that's why I want more than your kisses, you know, it was very, very sweet. And they once again are interrupted by Milford. And he's like, I'm getting tired of his interruptions, aren't you? And they're like, let's go. But she decides she's going to enter the Miss Twin Peaks pageant. And it's then that he says, and you'll be the queen. And the giant appears promptly upon him saying, and you'll be the queen, and is like, no, dude. No,
do not do this. Yes. And
I love the horn theme that plays anytime eerie shit is happening.
Yep.
It's fucking...
At this moment in the episode, power outage. Pitch blackness.
Fuck no.
For just, I mean, it was only like 5 seconds before the power turned back on.
Felt like an eternity.
But still, I am like, I was in lynch mode. You know, I am in just disarray from the episode. And then in real life, I'm like, I'm like scared a little bit. I'm like, you know, I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And then power comes back on. My lights were green before. We were in alien mode. We were talking alien Earth. They come back on because I have colored lights. Whenever the power goes out, they come back on pure white. You know, the lab white, like this fucking spotlight. And then it was just, I don't know. It was a little fucking too much for me, a little bit. And I just kind of had to sit there for a minute and be like, okay, you know, that the power just went out. You know, the timing was a little weird. That's like, you know, but it's like that. That is just it is just what happened.
It is just what happened,
and I can continue on the show. I only had 2 or 3 minutes left of the episode. This is like at the very end, and then I had to just wait for my Wi-Fi to connect back on, and like so I don't know. It was like it was a weird moment in real life. So the show it's got I don't know. It's got this weird fucking.
It's got an energy about it, to be sure.
I don't.
God, yeah, and just from here on, the episode's pitching up and up and up and up. It's just so we are building here, man. It's so nice. But we'll move on. We'll move on here, where Jack leaves on his plane, waking Pete up in his truck, and Pete runs after, like, damn, like, okay,
fucking hopped. She's going to Brazil. Like,
and that's when
shit.
Audrey walks up to Pete, who reassures her that Jack would return. He promised. And she goes, yeah, but he also promised to take me fishing. And Pete's like, fishing? I like fishing.
I have tackle in my truck.
I got tackle in my truck. And I like that she's like, do you? And he goes, they say there's a lot of cures for a broken heart.
Yeah.
But nothing quite like a trout's leap in the moonlight. May I?
She's like annoyed, like, but not. But like, it's like, oh,
no,
okay.
it's sweet.
I think this is sweet. Yeah,
she appreciates the gesture, the offer, the help, and she takes him up on it. They go fishing together. Yeah. It's real sweet. But
hey, at least she's not alone.
I love Pete, man. I do. I'm a big Pete Martell guy, and I love Jack Nance's portrayal of Pete. And this is just one of those. What a sweetie. What a sweetie.
A trout sleep in the moonlight. I don't know. Good old.
Nothing quite like a trout sleep in the moonlight. But we'll push forth where Leo and Briggs are disturbed by computer noises as an unfazed Earl discovers that the petroglyph is actually mapped to the Black Lodge. I love, this is the most television. This is the most 90s television shit I've ever seen.
Oh man!
The whole and what he doesn't know is that this is a map to the Black Lodge, and he's going nuts. I love it. I love it.
So good, and yeah, this overlaid with the map. That's that one. A detail I didn't notice until it was on his computer screen. There is like the moon symbols are on there too. It's like it's on there, so like I don't know, that box is like connected to like this is it's not just an Eckhart thing. There's more to that box, and why would it have the moon? Shit's on there. The bear claw was never really explained. Maybe is that a real astrological sign, and I'm just like fully missing it, or bear paw is just fucking I don't know. It's supposed to be something else. But yeah, that's the one thing it's just crushed with, it's in a million pieces, that box. So I don't think it matters anymore, at the box's sake. But bear claw clock, I think is, it's, I don't know, is what maybe it's getting to, is that this is when it's going down, everybody. And it's, while everyone's at this pageant, deciding on who, why this pageant? Why?
But deep in the woods, we arrive upon an arrangement of sycamore trees surrounding a small body of liquid. I won't even call it water yet because it looks like black goo. A light appears and a hand in front of it.
Yes.
Stepping out of it is Bob into the open, as a reflection on the ground in front of him reveals red drapes, and we get that horn.
Okay.
The episode ends. Yeah, we're cooking. We are cooking with gas.
He's back. I mean, he's been pulling the strings. He's been here, but he's in this realm again at will, which I don't.
That's my perspective of Bob. I give him much less credit than you do. I tend to view Bob as a pretty impulsive being. Not that he's not capable of planning, but I don't think that there's a plan he'll strictly abide by. You know, maybe I'm sure he has his motives. I'm sure he has his ideas. But when it comes to pulling strings, I don't know exactly what that looks like in the context of the town.
Okay, I think I'm kind of on board. Like, Wyndham is much more of a calculate what strings I need to pull, and I'm going to pull them here. But Bob might just be like, my goal is maximum evil, and I'm just going to do whatever is like going to get me that. Right. So it's like
whatever is the most evil thing I can do in any moment, I'm going to do that.
But he does, he is inside of Leland for such a long time. He has to hide. He's making, is that Leland, I guess, making those decisions or whatever is the debate. But it's like, he seemingly isn't just kill, rape. Like, it is like to set things up for the biggest potential murder, possible.
That's
to
true.
Get the most out of the kill or everything. So it's like there is some intelligence, I feel like, to him, but
there's
it is still impulsive.
But there's what that also implies to me is limits. Like, he's not all powerful.
Yeah, true.
So that's where I'm like, I'm curious and I'm excited for these last few episodes and moving forward to kind of illuminate Bob's ability, really, and maybe his motivations.
Yeah, he's, it feels like opening the floodgates. That would be like the nuke equivalent of the worst thing that could happen, like, mystically, of this
unleashing the Black Lodge unto Earth.
Yes, and so that it feels like if there is a goal, that's the one thing that's my best guess. But it could be more selfish. Like, it could be just for Bob, like a power play that Bob is hoping to only gain from. The Coop, like Wyndham, Coop, this metal box, all of these things. My best guess is they are kind of puzzle pieces, and the stars aligning is also, it's not just the planets. It's these things, events have to happen as well. And the stones, they're simply walking the path. And it feels a little no free willy, but I don't know. I mean, it's I don't know. I'm trying just to see the light of where good will triumph and love will win. But Major Briggs, I think, his fear is kind of right. Like, I'm in the same boat, man. I think,
there's a lot. There's so much darkness in this show, and it's something that I think Lynch is famous for. And it's something that I love about Lynch's work is darkness. Doesn't always, like, if you take a surface glance at his work, you'll go, wow, this guy is dark, sadistic, unhappy, but there's so much love in all of what he does. There's always, it's the trying that matters. Maybe they don't win, but they tried hard to defeat it. They did everything they could to protect the people they love, and I think that's something that's always gonna hit about Lynch work for me. And Lynch is back for the last episode of this series. He is the director of the finale.
Had to be. He had to be. Of course,
had to be the director of the finale. And it is the most, language-wise, it is the most return-esque of the original run of the show.
Okay. Yes.
So you'll get a little glimpse of what we're kind of getting at come the return, but
yes. And maybe good doesn't triumph in the end. Maybe or there is a big win for evil, But I think it is like, and maybe this plays into what Lynch is going for, is like you can say 500 great things, but then include one really bad negative thing, and that's going to be the one thing people focus on, even though there were 500 great things that you heard before. And so it's like the negativity can really can win so easily. It's a lot easier for negativity to win, I feel like, than love or the good. So it's like, yeah, even if there are just like small victories that come out of it, if it is just, I don't know. I don't even know what the small victories are right now. But I want Bob gone for good. I want Wyndham gone. That's for sure. He's played his role now. You know, I didn't want him to die because I liked him in the show for what he brought. But he's officially he can go at any point. In any way. I kind of like the Leo sack play a little bit, but I would like just for him to his own. He thinks he's about to gain the power of the Black Lodge or something, and then he just fucking like, explodes. Boop. Yeah, he's like, goodbye. You cannot handle that.
Right.
So I mean, that's the Leo sack play is cool, but maybe it happens in a different way. I guess maybe it's not Wyndham specifically. But yeah, Wyndham and Bob need to go. You need to go bye. And you know, it'd be nice just to check in on Mike. Like, what's Mike been up to? You know, I don't know. Maybe we never see that man again. He's just selling shoes. He's just selling one shoe to people.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mike's not in either of these next two episodes.
He's just back to humanity. He's just
a guy again.
He's just Mike. All right. He's just Mike. But that's kind of, I don't know. He did just kind of leave. He did just kind of like, all right, I'm gone. I'm back, or I'm going back into society. But still on my drug, the same drug that Wyndham Earl is on. Now, mind you, like, it's like, okay, that's interesting.
Right.
So
the haloperidol, yeah.
And
no, we're building. We are building to a rapturous conclusion here for the original run of the show, and I'm so excited for you to indulge in the effects here. For those listening, I'm going to break the fourth wall just to tell you what kind of excitement we are experiencing this weekend. Emily, my girlfriend, the love of my life, is out of town this weekend, so I get to record a lot more. Really.
Oh yeah.
We are going to do this episode today, the penultimate episode tomorrow, the finale the day after, and Fire Walk with Me the day after that, and maybe even the missing pieces the day after that. So we are 5 days straight of peaks is kind of on paper, that's the plan right now. So we are in the fucking thick of it, baby. We are so fucking excited. And we can't wait for you to be listening along with us every week for the next few. I'm going to do the plugs real quick, and then we're going to get the fuck out of here. Like I said, we'll be back next week with Season 2, Episode 21. You can leave a 5-star rate and review and download wherever you might be listening. That would be a huge, huge help. Go ahead and share this with anybody you know who needs to watch Twin Peaks or has watched Twin Peaks, because it's the podcast for them, and that's everybody. So, you know, everybody should watch Twin Peaks, and if they happen to want to listen to a podcast about it, we've got it. We've also got a movie show. The Cinementalists, Cinementalists, and we are currently in the throes of Cinema Surprise. It's a fun little project we do where me and Joe alternate picking movies, and this Friday is Joe's second pick of the project. Last week was The Phoenician Scheme. We covered that last Friday. That was my first pick. So Joe's got this Friday going for us, and I can't wait to find out what he chose. So you ought to go to the Cinementalists and check that out. Cinementalists once more. That is also the name of my Substack. I'm writing a lot of reviews. A couple weeks ago, I pulled a triple feature and a double feature in the same weekend. That happens to be this weekend. I'm doing a lot of recording and a lot of going to the movies, so got that to look forward to. Tons of writing, tons of work. I'm trying to make the Kansas City Film Critics Circle, and I need a lot of eyes on my work for that to happen. So if you could subscribe to my Substack, that would be awesome. It's free, doesn't cost you a thing. You'll just get an email every time I publish something. It's nothing crazy. You know, I would really, really appreciate the help. It would mean the world to me. Look up Colton Robertson or again, The Sentimentalists. Let's see. Geek With Me. A nerd shit podcast. That's the other thing we've got going on. And right now we are in the throes of Alien Earth and Peacemaker Season 2. This Wednesday will be our first episode on Peacemaker's new season. I will be covering Season 2, Episodes 1 and 2 this Wednesday. And we are halfway through Alien Earth coverage as well. So we've got, we're doing that in alternating weeks. Alien Earth 1 week, Peacemaker the next. Alien Earth 1 week, Peacemaker the next. And that's kind of how we're operating until that's done. So yeah, that's everything we got going on. Peaks, Alien Earth, and Peacemaker, and Cinema Surprise. So go ahead and check out everything we got going. We would appreciate you greatly. And with that, I was Colton Robertson. I was joined by Joseph George. Thank you very much, homie.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here, homie.
Oh, and it's always a pleasure to have you. No, I won't. I was going to say something. It's a little too borderline. It's a little too borderline for me to say it, so I can't quite say it. So I'll leave you with this. Fix your hearts or die.